The effects of war on the environment. From water pollution to nuclear winter. When a war occurs, it not only affects and inflicts enormous pain on the human population that suffers its consequences, but it also has negative effects on the environment, causing damage that is often irreversible and that, sooner or later, also affects humans. The effects caused to the environment depend on many factors, among which are the type of weapons used, the intensity of the conflicts, their duration, and the places where they occur. One of the first strategies in a war is to attack the enemy's infrastructure, therefore roads, bridges, power plants, and factories are among some of the targets to be destroyed. If this type of attack spreads to water treatment plants, water quality is immediately affected by contamination. When chemical plants are destroyed, the toxins that emerge from them are released into the environment without any control, and can be carried by rain into rivers, lakes, and the ocean, contaminating water and soil. There is also the strategy known as Scorched Earth, which destroys any asset that the enemy army can use when an advance or retreat occurs, and which leads to the destruction not only of infrastructure, but also of crop and natural fields, causing incalculable damage to the environment. One of the most extreme examples of this strategy occurred during the Nazi army's invasion of Russia in World War II. Also, during the Iraqi army's withdrawal from Kuwait in the Gulf War in 1991, around 700 oil wells were set on fire intentionally and burned for months. Their fumes were seen from space by satellites. This caused heavy air and water pollution in the area, and, to this day, the full effects of this environmental disaster have not been fully understood. Weapons and vehicles used and destroyed in wars are often left abandoned on different types of terrain, for example, on farm fields. When these weapons and vehicles degrade, they can contaminate soil and water, as well as harm the health of people and animals that are exposed to their contaminants. Civilians who have been displaced during wars have many needs, including the consumption of food and the use of fuels to protect themselves from the cold or to cook, which can put extreme pressure on natural resources around them, such as those in forests. Under conditions of conflict, it is very difficult to have a sustainable management of natural resources. Military conflicts can delay the progress of people and the care of their environment for years or even decades, not only because of the damage caused to existing progress, but also because during the duration of the conflicts the development that could have been had did not exist. When a war occurs in regions stressed by environmental problems, for example, drought, the conflict can trigger greater destruction of ecosystems as forest or grassland fires could break out in large areas. The construction of fences, barbed wire, walls, or ditches during conflicts also has effects on the environment, particularly by limiting the movement of wild animals and reducing their population. On many occasions, even when wars have ended, mines or bombs that never exploded, as well as ammunition, are abandoned in large territorial extensions. Even after years of efforts to eliminate this type of weapons, many territories continue to have the problem, producing pollution and explosions that affect the living beings that stay there. An extreme situation of damage to the environment that has been contemplated theoretically and is known as the nuclear winter. This phenomenon consists in the fact that when a significant number of nuclear bombs explode, the smoke and dust they generate could cover large areas of the atmosphere and reach the layer known as the stratosphere, which ranges approximately from 15 to 50 kilometers in altitude, where the smoke and dust could remain for months or even years. This would cause a cooling of the Earth's surface due to the blocking of solar radiation, producing a winter-type planetary condition regardless of the time of year that is occurring. The consequences of nuclear winter would be very serious, affecting the growth cycle of crops, causing a situation of widespread famine throughout the world. This is in addition to all the damage caused directly by nuclear explosions, such as destruction and radioactive contamination. As a consequence of the effects of nuclear explosions, changes in the chemistry of the planetary atmosphere can also be expected, which would be irreversible. This video has pointed out some of the most negative effects of wars on the environment, many of which are truly catastrophic, in addition to all the other problems that wars cause in humans. Therefore, it is necessary to continue promoting all efforts that lead us to achieve or maintain peace for the benefit of humans, plants, and animals that live in planet Earth. Thanks for watching. If this video was interesting to you, leave your like. For regular updates on weather, climate, and science topics around the world, subscribe to this channel. See you soon.